Hello students, welcome back. Today we are going to start with Unit 1 Diversity of Civics and Chapter 2, that is Diversity and Discrimination. So let us start with it. Hello students, welcome back. Today we are going to start with the second chapter of Civics, that is Diversity and Discrimination, Unit 1 Diversity. We are going to learn about few points such as difference and prejudice, creating stereotypes, inequality and discrimination, on being discriminated against, and striving for equality. In Chapter 1, we have learned about what is meant by diversity and how many types of diversities are present nearby to us. And in Chapter 2, we are going to learn about how diversity and discrimination both affects the peace of the country. If diversity and discrimination is used in a wrong way, what happens? If diversity is created, then how people are discriminated against, and if discriminations are started, then how it affects the diversity. So let us start with it. Here on the screen, as you can see, the national anthem and the diversity described in it. To the right side, you can see the meaning of the national anthem, and to the left side we have the actual national anthem which has been written. As you get time, students, just go through the meaning of this national anthem. Now, the reason behind making this national anthem or writing the lyrics was when we were under the rule of Britishers and India, or the people of India, were struggling to get independence. So those days, to show unity and to show power, many leaders were upcoming with some great ideas. Some of them started designing their own flags. Some of them started designing or writing some of the slogans, and some of them started writing the songs. Now, national anthem was one of the songs which was written for the unity of India and which described the diversity of India, because of which it was very important to show in front of the Britishers that how important is India to us and how unitedly we live. It was also showing our power, and it was also showing our strength, by which it described in this particular song, that is the national anthem of India, that what we feel about India and how much proud we are of India. Now, about differences and prejudice. Now, how exactly we start making difference, and what is the meaning of prejudice? Okay, so in first topic we have learnt about the meaning of diversities. It is nothing but variety and difference which is present nearby to us. As I told you, there is variety of trees, variety of plants. We have variety of children into a classroom. They come from different castes, they come from different religion, they come from different background, but still they make a single classroom where we live together as friends. Okay, now sometimes people with some differences are treated negatively. Yes, many a times it happens. Some people they judge other people based on their backgrounds, other people based on their financial condition, economic condition, etc. Many things influence us in our building or our personality. Okay, as like for example, I want to share with you is, as we live in bungalows, as we live in good societies, and some of the children of our same age, they are living into slum areas. So this does not means that it was their choice as like they are staying over there in the slum areas, or it is by what they have decided to go in the slum areas and stay. It is just their destiny what has been created, and as per that they are still living in the slum area. But it is upon us, okay, how much we have to make the difference, how much diversity we are having, and it should not affect us. Like in chapter number 1, as I know, we have discussed about Samir 1 and Samir 2. Both the children were of different background, different economical conditions, but still later, as they started knowing each other, as slowly and steadily they started getting emotionally attached to each other, they became good friends. Such good friends like Samir too, who was economically forward child. He started missing Samir one as a friend, like in that particular square or on that road where they used to meet daily. They were not able to meet at all, or he was not able to seen anywhere. So he was missing him a lot. So this is the thing which influences us in building our personality. Okay, so in our country also there are 8 major religions in the world which are all practiced in India. This is one of the amazing facts now. 8 major religion we are having. None of the country is having such. We have 1600 languages as mother tongue. We have 100 dance forms present in India. So nowadays, yes, we have hip hop, jazz, we have salsa, etc. But there are some traditional dance forms which are still present in India. So no matter if they are tribal area dance forms or they are the local area dance forms. For example, we have Lavani, which is very present or very famous in Kolhapur or nearby to Maharashtra, and this is one of the traditional dance form what we are following, and this is one of the lok geet what we say, or lok kala, which has been still preserved by the people of India over here. So these are some of the dance forms, even if they are diverse, but people from other states, people from different areas, they love these particular dance forms, and that is the reason why they are able to see so many varieties, so many forms of culture, tradition, dance form, languages, religion, caste, background, etc. Okay, and that makes us a diverse country. Fine. Still, this diversity is not yet celebrated. I don't know why, but people are still having many such negative images into them, and because of which, even after 70 years of independence we have received from the Britishers, but still we are not yet happy. You can see daily some of the crimes which are taking place. You can see riots which are taking place. We can see strikes which are going on, etc. So these are some of the things which are disturbing the diversity of India, and which are very harmful for the peace and security of India. And we have to struggle a lot still, even after we have completed 70 years, but we have to struggle a lot to maintain this type of diversity, and which is not yet celebrated. On the contrary, people who are different from us are treated negatively with attitude and prejudice. Example, prejudice for the rural people. Sometimes, yes, students, we do dominate the rural people, the people who are living in village areas, and as we are living in urban areas, we think that we are much superior than these people. But for your kind information, students, as they are dependent on us, we are totally dependent on them. Okay, without them we are nothing, and without us they are nothing. So it is upon us how much negativity or how much diversity or the prejudices we have to keep into our mind. Okay, I want to make the one thing clear over here is prejudice is a definition. It's a civics related term which we have to always follow. It means to judge other people with negatively or see them as inferiors. For example, in our classroom also sometimes it happens that some of the children are very fluent in speaking English, and some of them are non-English speakers. In our society also, we must be having some of the children or your friends who come from another background, that is some of them must be from a Marathi medium school. But for your kind information, students, as we are fluent in English, so as those students are fluent in Marathi language. Okay, so there should not be any sort of discrimination or negativity or prejudice with this type of people. Okay, now there are some reasons for prejudice what we are having. It's a thought process that we start judging the people based on religious beliefs. We base them on based on color of the skin, religion, accent, clothes, etc. Okay, so before you start prejudicing them, before you start discriminating them, just remember that each and every person has a mindset, and each and every person has a thought process. So if you are dominating that particular person, if you are treating him with uh, inferior inferior complexity, then just think what he must be going on through the mindset what he is having. So students, it's my kind request that yes, always follow humanity, and do not ever prejudice someone based on any of these particular reasons. Okay, now here we can find prejudice found in the society. Here are some clip arts which are being created for the awareness of prejudice into the society. In the first clip art, we can see that there is one specially abled child who is sitting on the wheelchair, and other child is, or other person is laughing on that particular person. This should not happen. Second clip art tells us that one of the person is not a kind of that particular. Sometimes it happens ki we are in a group of we are friends together who are sitting, and we don't like any other person's company. So this basically should not happen. You should involve each and every person who is belonging to the classroom. You should relate that particular person, because you won't know at what time that person might be very helpful and very much we can say we can take help from that particular person. So you should not make inferior complex with him. Third one is we don't hire people like you. This is a company related clip art. Then fourth one is kids are not allowed. Now this is again one more thing. Some of the inferior complexity or the prejudices are elder people do not allow some of the young children or very small children to play with them or nearby to them, because they think that we are superior and you are inferior and you won't be able to cope up with us in this particular sports, or you do not have so much practice, so you better go and play somewhere else. And just think of the mindset of that particular kid, what he is having. Okay, in the next clip art we have a person who is fat and other people are thin. So here also inferior complexity works. Okay, next one is about gender inequality. We have male which are together and a female who is not getting involved, or they are not allowing her to get involved in this particular whatever they are planning for. Okay, in the last clip art we can see back to your den, what's that smell. Here we can see that a ragged person might be a beggar, or a person who is picking up rags on the road, and other people who are much matured and much rich than that particular person, they are not actually allowing that particular person to move around or to be there nearby to this particular people. So this is one example where we see there is lot of difference in the society. Okay, and these differences are making discriminations, and these discriminations are yes disturbing the diversity of us. Okay, now creating stereotype. Before I start with this topic, I want to clear the definition of what exactly is meaning of stereotype. Okay, stereotype is nothing but fixing people into one image. Sometime it happens that in our classroom there is a particular child who is a failure, your colleague, your friend. Okay, and it's not because his mentality or he is doing it purposely, but each and everyone's mindset, or each and everyone is given that particular talent so that they can cope up as per their particular practice or as per their particular time. So this does not means that we should stereotype that particular person. Okay, if you are stereotyping this person, then it is your fault that you are creating this type of image into your particular mind about that particular person, and which is very dangerous for you, because if you get into an habit of this particular thing, then sorry to say, for your lifetime you are sticking something to your particular mind or your body in a negative way, which you should not have actually. Okay, so some of the stereotypes in the society again are gender differences. We have prejudice for boys and girls in the classroom. Also, sometimes, most of the times, we have seen that there is a small debate or small quarrel in between boys and girls for some of the other issues. Okay, and then groupism starts, and in that groupism again, we start with we can say discussions, and then these discussions later convert into discrimination, and again it starts hampering the diversity, and then the whole class is disturbed. Not only you, but the teacher and the other management of the school also gets disturbed because of this. Okay, and sometimes we get solution, no problem, but sometimes there are issues where most probably we do not get any sort of solutions for this. Okay, negative aspects of stereotype. Yes, stereotype is a negativity and it's a sign of negativeness. So my request is that do not follow any such negative approaches towards someone, because your life should be full of positive and it should not be full of negativity. If you practice this again and again, sorry to say that you are disturbing your life, then you will start thinking about that particular person or group, etc., all the time, and then it will create so much disturbance into the society you won't be able to think of. Okay, so kindly stop whatever is in your mind, because this chapter is full of removing the discrimination, removing the negative influences or the waves which are flowing from your life, and we should live into this particular diversity as we are. Okay, so this was about the first session of the chapter, that is chapter 2, diversity and discrimination. We'll be continuing the next chapter or the next session of the second chapter again. So till then, revise the first chapter and the first session of this particular chapter, no problem. Okay, if you have any doubts in the doubt clearance session, yes, we are going to solve all your doubts. And thank you for listening to me. Thank you very much.